Unexpected acts of kindness. I'm going to focus on businesses because do you pay attention when you're choosing a business to work with? Do you pay attention to their kindness? And is it even important to you? I know in this chaotic environment we're having, we may not think of our morals with other companies' morals, and that's not what this is about. I really want you to think about, do you experience acts of kindness from a business with whom you're giving business to? I share this because I chose a particular person, Sheree White, who is a tax expert, to help me with a huge capital gains instant. Now, I met her through a networking group, and I can tell really by her interaction with other people in this networking group, she has a huge dose of kindness. Therefore, when you are looking for a business to work with, forget the political spectrum. Look outside of that, because I have people that I won't work with any longer because of certain ideals that we don't follow. However, I'm suggesting to you, don't do that. Really look outside the box of being a closed-minded person, which I don't think I am, but in this chaotic environment, it's a little... Yes. Three things I want to share with you about choosing someone to work with in the whole realm of acts of kindness is this. Number one, and this is something Sheree White is doing with me. She is empathetic to my situation because I should never have been in this situation, period. I didn't have good planning from CPA firms. I owned my 40 acres in 3 years I owned my 40 acres in 3 years I owned my 40 acres and 3 rental properties plus a bed and breakfast for 22 years in New York. None of my CPAs planned with me what would happen when I finally sold it. And I'm in a mess of trouble. But Sheree is a tax expert and she understands how to work with this situation. And it's thousands and thousands of dollars. When we first started conversing, I could tell that she was going to be a person with whom I want to work because she understood my stress and the whole situation that I'm in my 60s and how am I ever going to meet this debt. That was her first act of kindness that I witnessed. Secondly, when we're working together, because she knows I'm in a bit of a financial bind because of this IRS situation, she has flexible payment plans. So that's the other thing you want to think about. If you have to hire an expert, are they willing to work with you as far as payment plans? Now, she's not giving away the farm, and I'm not asking her to. One thing I firmly believe in, when you hire the best, and I absolutely believe that Sheree White is the best when it comes to a tax expert in dealing with the IRS, I'm not looking to get a discount. I'm looking to get for the best, and I want to pay every penny that she's worth. Well, every thousands of dollars. So that's the second thing. Will your expert with whom you're going to hire, an act of kindness is to be flexible with payments. The third aspect is not only is it being empathetic, not only is it flexible payments, but she'll talk to the IRS. That is a huge act of kindness, huge, because you do not want to talk to the IRS. I have tried many, many years while owning the 40 acres and 3 houses. And the bed and breakfast is not pretty, and you will cry. I don't care if you're male or female. That's the whole concept of unexpected acts of kindness, especially in business. I want you to look for the person who can show empathy to your situation. Next, do they have flexible payments? Do they understand your financial situation? Because everybody's is different. Luckily, will they take on the heavy task of doing something you simply do not want to do, such as talking to the IRS? Sheree is educated through tax attorneys, through tax professionals via the IRS, only from education, not to be a snoopy IRS agent into your finances, but her education comes from continuing education with professionals in the tax expert industry. That's what I think is important in this day and age of finding people who do practice acts of kindness. And as I mentioned, just being in our networking environment, I listen to her and what she says to other people. Sheree White has a big heart, and it's a big professional heart, which I really do appreciate because this is a professional environment for which she and I are contributing with each other. That's what I mean about unexpected acts of kindness and how to look for them when you are looking for an expert in any aspect of your life. Next, with Kundalini Yoga, many of you know I have practiced this for over 30 years. Something like this is so important right now, again, in this chaotic environment. It can bring peace and calmness to your everyday life. Part meditation. I listen to calming music every morning. I am including the abundance kriya, which has to do with an orange. It's messy, I'm going to tell you right now, but it is the best prosperity kriya I have done in years. I'm telling you, amazing things have happened for me in the last month. Not just prosperity with finances, but prosperity with ideas. Because if you have your own business, you always need to be creative, correct? Because creativity lends to innovation. And that's one of the reasons I believe that this particular kriya is so important when it comes to prosperity and abundance. Because it doesn't always have to do with your money. It can do with your relationships, with your health. So practice this messy kriya. It's only about 18 minutes. Lastly, I generally talk about food and wine pairing. My concern is because there's a little too much meanness right now, we have a very strange psyche going on all over the world. I want people to curtail their drinking. The holidays especially, throughout the United States, many of us, not me, imbibe too much in spirits that make us feel really crummy the next day. So try mocktails. I'm going to include on my podcast details some mocktails such as Bloody Marys. There's, I call them a fake margarita. There's fake daiquiris. But you can also do the same thing with wine. You don't have to have an alcoholic wine. I think when we're going to get together with our families this year, there's going to be some very difficult conversations, and you might as well cut the alcohol out because I think people could wind up with some bloody noses. Yes, I know that sounds preposterous, but I am seeing a lot of anger and chaos right now amongst people. I've experienced it myself where I live in these beautiful condos. I have been persecuted for using the barbecue grill too much, which is insane, because it's not true. But this just shows that even in basically a controlled environment, which is beautiful condos where I live, someone has chosen to make false accusations against me and accuse me of using the grill too much. And I've been banned from using the grill. Go figure. This is why unexpected acts of kindness are so important right now. When you're choosing a business, look outside of perhaps their stance on certain issues going on in our country and look for acts of kindness that they actually practice and embrace such beliefs as acts of kindness. To conclude, also try this kriya, the Kundalini kriya for abundance. It's messy and it really, really, really works. It's only 18 minutes. If you don't want to do this kriya for some reason, listen to the music because it is the most calming and beautiful music you will ever hear. Lastly, work on the mocktail because I know we're tempted when we get together with family and friends over the holidays. We're very tempted to drink and drink too much. I want you to try waking up in the morning without that fuzzy feeling from alcohol. I haven't been drinking since March. I think a lot of it is because I started doing Qigong and Jiu-Jitsu. Also, I think there's so much spirituality. I know that's woo-woo for some of you. There's so much spirituality that has moved into my life that has taken over the need to deal with it through a cocktail when I come home. To wrap this up, I'm Valerie Hale. I create this podcast once a week to help people improve their thought process. Because remember, thoughts become things. So choose the good ones. Merci, au revoir.